beating really strong players, both sides, and Starbuck, of course, the favorite here in this very tournament. But of course, ImBaTosS, I believe, a German protest player, showing great performance in the weekly cups, and therefore now both are in the finals. And will be really exciting to see who is gonna take that final win.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see here. We do have a spawning pool first for Starbuck, just playing it safe. Doesn't want to see that forge first into cannon rush. So that's a good standard way to open. ImBaTosS opening the one gate so far, getting the assimilator before the whoa. I just got completely mind blown. Cybernetics core. There we go. That's what happens when you cast for like 4 hours. So gentle. Standard openings. Are you disappointed? Do you want to see some cheese? I do know you like your cheese.
I don't. I mean, I love cheese, but I don't like that kind of cheese we do see from a lot of players. And I was really happy actually seeing Starbuck beating that two gate opener and had the ninja sense to actually see this coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So best of 5 here. And the interesting thing about these kind of single elimination tournaments is that when you play these kind of tournaments and have a best of 1, you have to watch so closely for cheeses, for all-ins. If you make one mistake, that could be the tournament for you. When you get into the best of 3s, you know that you can throw out one cheese perhaps. If you win your first game, why not just cheese the second one, right? And maybe get that, really cheap win, or he might, be really greedy as well. But in the best of 5, that's when it gets really hard. Like the mind games of best of 5 requires you to have such an amazing, you know, talent for strategy and tactics. Really, you need to know exactly when to go macro, when to just go standard, and when to just go for the all-in and cheeses. Because if you see those most veteran players, they can actually just sniff out when they're gonna face an all-in or not. So we're gonna see if ImBaTosS and Starbuck actually are good enough to know that or not.
Yeah, that's a really good point you make there, and we saw Starbuck actually doing that kind of yeah, really good mind games there as well, and hiding the attack here, hiding the attack with that overlord in the very corner, just to avoid his opponent to actually identify this, and also. Yeah, mixing it up in the best of 5, this is so important. Not only going for the standard macro game, not only going for this free base timing all the way and all the time, but mixing it up by just a bit, and thinking your opponent that you go to something completely different.
Absolutely. We do see a 520 Roach Warren. And this is a really early Roach Warren. It's not the kind of Roach Warren you do when you want to be all in. It's more the kind of Roach Warren where you say, if you go any kind of aggression right now that it doesn't involve air, you just lose. So Starbuck right now just playing it really safe and getting quite a nice hatchery here for being a one gate expand. Often you want to delay that quite a bit, but getting it really early for that. So great choice here by Starbuck, I feel, and getting double gas here. This is going to be really interesting to see where he puts his tech, because the layer is also really early. The layer is about 1.5 minutes earlier than it usually is. So with a really early 3 bases. So go see here. We do see double Evo, so you might see some Roach Hydra perhaps.
Yeah, I think Roach Hydra is the choice here for Starbuck, maybe opening up with some roaches, and will be trying to deny his opponent getting the third base as much as possible. And ImBaTosS on the other side, he goes for the Robo here, and the +1 attack here already on the way, so he is seeking for a ground force based army composition, as well as trying to go maybe for a timing attack.
Oh wow, we do see melee upgrades here, and this is awkward for me because I didn't expect that to be the case at all. And what is he going to do with the melee upgrades? Is he going to go for some kind of Ling Roach? Often when you go roaches, you want to have the +1 for roaches. So this is really weird, but we're going to see how we choose to do this. I remember seeing it quite a bit before, but I can't remember how they used that. So anyhow, we do see Twilight Council and an Immortal being made for ImBaTosS. Also, the +1 soon to be done here, especially if you use a bit of chrono boost on that. And right now they're dead even in workers.
We actually do see a Dark Shrine here for ImBaTosS here, following this up with the Immortals, but no, he was actually cancelling this after seeing that Overseer coming in. So, wow, this is some sorry, I lost the word. Very fast decision making here and changing of his mind here, and again, Dark Shrine gets actually put down.
Yeah, okay. I'm not really sure his stomach though. I actually didn't have time to see if he saw it being cancelled or not. That would be really interesting, but I actually now know why he's getting the +1 meal attacks. So what he did was that he goes for enough roaches to make sure they're safe to get the really early third base, and moves into Ling Hydra, which is extremely strong against any kind of Stargate composition. Stargate compositions against Ling Hydra will melt away. Hydra's amazing at almost just about any Stargate composition. You have a few that are kind of strong, but still a great composition. And while he's moving into this, we're going to see quite a few gateways and the Dark Shrine being made here. So this is going to be really interesting, as well as this War Prism.
Yes, he will definitely have a really strong timing attack here. And with the Immortals, also Dark Shrine wants to make some damage, but also forcing his opponent to get some more Spore Crawlers and defenses up before actually going to attack with that +2 attack upgrade incoming.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not probably not gonna wait for that, it seems, but there we go. The Hydra can actually kill the Mothership Core. No recall. And that one War Prism will serve as a portable pylon, really, you know, just coming out from the stores by today. And Starbuck, though, moving in, and he might actually intercept this War Prism from like anything, and the War Prism go down.
That is huge here for ImBaTosS. He has no retreat path here with the Mothership Core, but he will retreat here anyways. He knows he kind of messed this up, and no, there's only one reinforcements pylon here placed on the bottom right side, but Starbuck, I think he's smelling it. He's smelling that there is still something going on here on the side of ImBaTosS, who wants actually to take the third base.
Yeah, ImBaTosS is looking for that third base, and I absolutely think he needs to take this. He shouldn't stay two base anymore. And we do see a Spore Crawl in every single mineral line coming up here, so Starbuck will probably be able to hold just about any kind of D2 aggression, depending on how many units he wants to leave in his main. He has right now quite a lot of units in his main, though. He can't leave this amount, I think. So we're going to see how he chooses to do this. And we see an infestation pit being morphed right away, so he's moving into this composition that he really loves, the Roach Hydra with Vipers. And at the same time, though, we see this War Prism up on the top.
I think the War Prism was spotted already, therefore ImBaTosS is actually retreating and letting this actually being spotted. And yeah, it seems Starbuck is more than in a comfortable position right now. He will be transitioning into some swarm hosts, going directly into the hive tech, so he will definitely search for yeah, for the Vipers to be a really good addition to the kind of Roach Hydra style.
Yeah, absolutely. We did see DT there poking into the third base, killing off 4 workers. That's great. But as you said, Starbuck is getting swarm hosts right now. And swarm hosts, when you get to that really high amount of them, they get so scary. You have to have at least 6 Colossi to actually start killing off the locusts. And if you start moving them around, that is extremely scary. There's also this version where you can actually just get about 10-12 swarm hosts. A ton of greens do this. And you just are really mobile with them. Like you just burrow, spawn one clump of locusts, you unburrow, move to the other side and do the same, and just with about 10 swarm hosts. And you can just keep him defensive the entire game while you just get those brood lords when you get that, like, you know, dream army really you want to have.
Alright, so we actually see more and more drones here for Starbuck so far. He feels comfortable here defending against any kind of aggression here. DTs were already revealed, so he has overseers all over the place here, and with the Swarm House he will just have that fantastic possibility to defend here for quite a while and set up more and more units and more attack units, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see Starbuck is almost maxing out here, and the Vipers are on the way. He is going to have 3 Vipers, and he's going to have just about 13 Swarm Hosts. He might even want more. We're going to see how many he wants, and he has so many drones, though, that he can't get more than this amount of Swarm Hosts. He's going to have to either sacrifice quite a lot of Hydras or the Lings and Roaches he has. So we're going to see what he chooses. But right now we do see the 4th of ImBaTosS being made. Starbuck has to choose either go for the attack right now or make more bases. And I think Starbuck's going to go for the first one. He wants to attack.
Absolutely, there will be the Templar Archive here available anytime soon. He maybe tries to go for more Zealots, more Archons, just to deal against this army composition from Starbuck. This is really, really strong. I mean, the Colossi will have out dealing against the Locust, but as long as Starbuck can actually pull some of these Colossi with the Vipers now available, this is gonna be really, really strong.
Absolutely, and right now ImBaTosS is moving to his 4th, and it's being attacked by a few Lings here, a really good move, but the Locust is coming in here, and with only 4 Colossi, I think he can actually just keep spawning waves and waves of Locust, and start, you know, doing some nice damage. But there we go, the 6th Colossi is here now, so they probably will be able to mop the floor with these Locusts over some time, but still, Locusts come close enough to actually, you know, pick off a few units, and every unit you kill with the Locust, of course, is 1 free kill, so you want to minimize the damage you can do with the Swarmos as a pros player. But he managed to get the 4th up, he's going to mine from this 4th, and the Sub player is still only on 4 bases himself, going for the double spy behind this.
Yeah, and ImBaTosS in the meanwhile tried to go for some run-bys, killing off some of the workers, but the Warp Prism again gonna be found, and therefore gonna be taking out, and ImBaTosS is seeking for a little pause here, and will be
that was
going...
the quickest pause ever.
Yeah, wow.
Wow,
that was not bad.
That was the kind of pause where you say like, like, you know, I have to stretch my fingers for, you know, 0.3 seconds.
Let me think there for a second. RTS is just a little bit too fast for me.
Yeah, like it's a bit too fast for me. There we go. I would actually love to do that sometimes, like when I actually don't know what to do against my opponent. I just pause the game, I say, okay, now I'm gonna do this. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, there we go. Starbuck tries to, you know, put on some aggression with these Locusts, but not really doing too much. And he needs to make sure he doesn't lose anything to this army, because if he starts losing units, that's gonna be awful for him.
There we go. Locust, of course, just trying to trade as much as possible, trying to do as much damage as possible. May retreat here. Is off creep here, though, so therefore it's a little bit risky, but we see these Vipers, they are just waiting for the abductions. Oh, nicely done!
Doesn't kill all of them, but still, that's only energy for Colossi. Great moves here from Starbuck.
Absolutely amazing play here by Starbuck so far. He needs some Spore Crawlers maybe just to regenerate that energy on their Vipers, because it will be considerably harder to actually pull this off.
Yeah,
literally.
As we saw. This is a night of lame puns, everybody. So yeah, okay, so the thing is that what Starbuck is doing is that he's trying to do the same thing as we saw in Belcher Vestige. He's trying to go for this really hardcore turtle style where you can't really touch him. But we do see a huge run by. Okay, not huge. I'm kind of over exaggerating. We have 8 Zealots moving in here towards the natural. And Starbuck might lose quite a few units because of this, because it doesn't have any kind of defense at home.
Exactly right. He's sending out some roaches here now to go back into this, but he's gonna lose that natural base. But in the meanwhile, all these lurkers are going to rip apart the 4th base here as well from ImBaTosS. But he is standing strong. He has his cannons. He has his high Templars there as well, just in position.
Absolutely. We're going to see in the upgrades, by the way. 3-1 for pros, 2-2 for the Zerg. So I want to see some 3-3 going down for the Zerg here, but not so far as we can see. But here we go. I mean, the +1/+1 from the Spires are making, and we do have 6 Crocodiles on the way.
Nice adducts again. Great storms in response. He has to be careful. Needs to retreat for the moment. This is a nice move here by ImBaTosS. He's gonna kill a lot of Swarmers here.
Oh, he actually missed macros!
Oh no!
He doesn't. Oh god, he should have lost more Swarmers to that, but there we go. Losing quite a few Swarmers, there we go. Even a blink forward on the storm there. Losing so many Swarmers, that was huge.
But nicely adapt again here in response from Starbuck, but this Colossus not fallen. So this was a good trade here for ImBaTosS, but will it be enough? There is so many bases here already for Starbuck. He has a huge bank. Both players actually having a huge bank and wanna go into the super late game.
Oh my god, this is a big mistake from ImBaTosS. He saw the double spire, he thought this is a muta switch, but no, this is not a muta switch. This is with the greatest spire. It's going to be a Broodlord switch. He's going to get a ton of Corruptors, going to snipe every single Colossi. He's going to force his opponent to go for those Templars, go for those Archons, and then just go straight into Broodlords. This is so good for him. And ImBaTosS right now, he needs to max out. Like, he has such a big bank, and he's not actually making that many units for his army. He needs to push quite soon as well, but there we go. Dark Templars being made. Gonna see if he makes them into Archons or if he just choose to harass with them, and it's going to be Archons.
Yes, very nice. Yeah, identifying this that he actually thought that there will be a lot of mutas coming in, but Starbuck indeed gonna go for the Broodlords. He gonna go and have even more free units, not only by these lurkers, but also by the Broodlords and their little broodlings. So Phoenix will still be a little bit painful if they gonna snipe some of them, but so many Corruptors, and of course the Hydralisk will have out with that.
Absolutely, but he needs to make sure there are about 9 Templars here. So with some Great Storms, these Corruptors might just die. And here we go. We have 6 Broodlords on the way already. Some upgrades going down as well. 3-3 on the way. And here comes the Locust as well. A big way, killing off quite a few units. And that was great attack here.
That was a great adapt here indeed, and some feedbacks going down on the Vipers, trying to reduce the number. But ImBaTosS, is he having enough? Is he having really enough? He is establishing a base here on the bottom right side. He needs to defend this as much as possible. He doesn't want to lose any units to these lurkers, and he is looking forward to go for it.
Here's the big engagement. This might be the first. This might be the last engagement of the first game here. A ton of storms hitting all those Corruptors, and the Corruptors are actually falling, but the storms are done. The Brewers start hitting, and the Locusts are doing so much damage. Has Starbuck done it? Has Starbuck crushed ImBaTosS' army? It does look like he can actually start killing off this this Nexus here.
Yeah, ImBaTosS really wanted that base from coming up. He thought that this is the only chance here to actually go from out of it, but look at the army from Starbuck. It is just so many units actually streaming in. Gonna snipe that base for very easily, and ImBaTosS with the last movement trying to go for a counter-aggression.
Absolutely. Losing though quite a few Corruptors that buy Miss Micro, but we do have quite a few Swarmers moving in here. A ton of them actually, to be honest, and the Locust here as well. He's going to have to blink away, and that sentry doesn't have a good day at all. And here we go, the trap from the Swarmers at the natural. Gonna trap these Stalks a bit at least, and these Stalks try to move in even more, but Spineclaws being everywhere, it's gonna be really hard for these Stalks to do anything more. But actually, Starbuck isn't chasing anymore.
Yeah, Starbuck isn't chasing anymore. He wants to take down this base here sooner or later. He at least is going down now with his Broodlords, but they won't be. They might be a little bit vulnerable here to the Blink Stalkers. Here we go. They might be going for them, actually.
Yeah, here we go. These Blink Stalkers might do some nice damage to the Broodlords, but there we go. They start picking them off. But we do see a ton of Zealots running for the third base here, and they might pick up all these Hydras and the static defense here. There's not that much. This Queen's gonna have to do the transfuses of her life, but no, he's gonna be picked off here. It's gonna be enough. It does look like he might hold this. Yeah, he might hold this, but at the same time, the fourth base of ImBaTosS is going down.
It is going down indeed. The Dark Templars trying to deal with the Locusts. It is such a... Yeah, they have to kill so many of them. And they just gonna reproduce in just a second here. There will be that transition to the Void Rays that might just be helping, but for these kind of counter aggressions, they were so important. But he didn't went for them, like we were seeing like from the Starbuck, for example, and therefore it is really hard now for ImBaTosS here to actually come back.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see the Wall Prism here going for the drop in the third base. They're going to be so annoying. But remember though, he's been getting so many Voiders as ImBaTosS, and he's going up towards 15 of them really soon. So, I mean, Starbucks has to get some nice anti-air, and I would love to see a ton of spore crawlers everywhere, because right now we see a ton of spine crawlers, but no spore crawlers.
Yeah, amazing amount of spine crawlers here indeed. And you're absolutely right. This game is not over yet. ImBaTosS is going for that big counter aggression here on the top left side. And even though he cannot establish another base here on the bottom, he needs to do something. He needs to do the damage necessary. The Void Rays are streaming in. They're gonna snipe the base.
Might be it.
Hydralisk and Corruptors trying to defend this as much as possible, but look at that. Both players still maxed out, and wow, ImBaTosS even taking the base here on the top left side.
Wow, that is so brave of him to actually try that. At the same time, we have some light aggression here on the fourth base of ImBaTosS. These locusts being so annoying, but at the same time though, Starbuck is looking to kill the army of ImBaTosS. If ImBaTosS loses the army once again, that should be GG. But if ImBaTosS manages to kill Starbuck's army, then that's an entirely different game.
Yeah, I do like that choice from Starbuck here to let some Swarm hosts be in a bottom side, but really needs to get this base a bit denied here from ImBaTosS. But this is still very scary. Will he have enough?
Yeah, will he have enough? That's the question, because right now we do see the ImBaTosS has so much air and things that, sure, Starbuck has a great amount of Swarm hosts. That is amazing for him. He actually managed to snipe this base. That is great for him, or rather it was cancelled, but still. But the main thing is that Starbuck doesn't have enough anti-air for 15 Void Rays. He needs to have about, 25 Corruptors, at least 30 Corruptors, I would say.
The High Templars are actually in a little bit of danger by these Swarm hosts here, but they were retreating just in time, and yeah, that base got denied again. Starbuck should be aware of this actually coming up again, and ImBaTosS, I think this might be just the last attack here. He has still some resources in the bank, but yeah, he does have to have a lot of damage here being done.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we do see Starbuck right now is just turtling up. He should be placing so many spore crawlers right now. He needs to have the spore crawlers somewhere. We do see the fleet beacon being built, but that's not going to be a matter for now, because the ImBaTosS is actually wasting the storms here. He's going to use the storms to actually push in here. He's going for the push right now. We do see some really great abducts though, and can Starbuck hold this?
Oh, this is the big question. Can he actually hold this? Here we see all these Void Rays trying to do the damage necessary. Hydralisks are trying to poke onto them. We don't have that much anti-air though from Starbuck.
Oh, the Hydras! The Hydras has to do this!
It's gonna be so close!
And the Hydra's gonna do it!
Oh my god, one Void Ray is actually still alive, but it is going down.
Oh, wow! And Starbuck making the hold right now, and look at that amount of Swarm hosts. He has, how many is it? 22 Swarm hosts! Oh my god! And ImBaTosS right now, he's trying to make Void Rays, and what Starbuck did was he said, okay, you're making Void Rays, I'm gonna make 30 Hydras. Like, he didn't make 10 Hydras, he made 30 Hydras. That is amazing.
And yeah, and think about that. He can still like transition to mass Mutalisk if his opponent maybe relies too much on his Void Rays here. And he is producing a lot of Void Rays, even some Colossi. But with that bank, I mean, there's nothing Starbuck can hold right now.
No, the thing is that ImBaTosS, if he actually managed to kill the entire army of Starbuck, then Starbuck could actually just make about 40 Mutas, like that. If that was the case. Like, right now he could make 27. Say they do an engagement in like a minute or something, he's gonna have enough to make 40 Mutalisk right away. That is so amazing. Like, he could actually just remax on Mutalisk, 80 supply of Muta, and just run over his opponent. Because sure, Void Rays are nice, but 4 Void Rays, not gonna really cut it.
I would actually love to see this. Maybe Starbuck wants to sacrifice some of his units like this. But yeah, I mean, sorry to say, guys, but this is pretty much over, and ImBaTosS is realizing it, saying the GG.
Yeah, and the fun thing is that, like, it wasn't the fact that he actually killed the entire army of ImBaTosS. It was when Starbucks' Overlord started spewing creep onto the base of already built base. He actually typed GG. It was like, Why do you choose now to GG? You know, you just lost your army. He has like 6 more bases than you, and he's maxed out. You have 6 to supply. But we're gonna wait till he starts spewing creep.
That Overlord shitting on that Nexus. Therefore,
Oh god.
ImBaTosS was realizing, okay, I think it's time to leave. But yeah, nice game we were seeing here right here, and we will be directly invited into our next game because ImBaTosS cannot wait.
Great. Yeah, I want to see some more of these epic games. Of course, this game was just about, what was it? Like 33 minutes, I think? You know, these long games, sure, they can be really hard to cast sometimes, they can be really hard to watch, but it's really entertaining as well. I love watching Swarm Host against Max Protos because it's always this balance of if the Zerg keeps, you know, just swarming his opponent, you know, over a long time, a period of time, the pros just breaks down and start losing more and more, like we saw now. But if the pro somehow just breaks through, like if the Zerg makes one mistake, he can actually kill like half of the swarm hosts, and that's just about game because then the pros can just, you know, keep pummeling through and just kill the entire base of Zerg. So I really love those, you know, high stakes game really.
I was actually surprised how long Starbuck was really relying on his farmhouse and getting even more and more and more of them. And let's see if he's actually going for another kind of PvC style like we saw in the last game. This is the second game of the best of 5 series here in the finals from the GO4SC2 Cup. And Civic, would you like to introduce our players?
Absolutely here. Spawning in bottom right position, being up one game, looking to take that 75 euros as well as getting a place in the monthly tournament. It is Starbuck as the Blue Zerg.
And spawning here in the top left side, we have our orange Protoss player, and he goes by the name of ImBaTosS.
And right now we do see Starbuck, you know, being a bit fancy with that extractor trick. Really standard makes you get those, you know, extra 5 to 10 minerals, always nice. So this will be interesting, to say the least. You know, ImBaTosS tried to do his kind of, you know, regular style. Starbuck going for this, you know, Roach Warren defensively, getting the Ling Hydra, and moving on right into Hive and Swarmhost. I mean, this is something really strong, but on Belcher Vestige, I feel it's much harder than on Direct Watcher, though.
Yeah, I would definitely say so, and I think Starbuck would definitely prefer to go directly into that Roach Hydra style and into the Vipers. And
Yep.
maybe later on he can still choose to go maybe for the Brood Lords directly afterwards. So this kind of split map scenario isn't that that occurring in on Belcher Vestige, I would say.
Yeah, and just as a quick recap for you guys, we do see a really quick hatchery going down. Starbuck wants to get that eco going, as well as followed by Paul, no gas yet, and a one gate expand, it looks like, or at least a one gate opener from ImBaTosS. So while we're waiting for something to deviate, who would you say is the favorite in the series, really? I mean, sure, Starbuck's up one game, but it's a best of 5. So would you still say Starbuck, or would you say that ImBaTosS has a good chance to actually beat this?
I mean, seeing the games already from Starbuck and knowing that in the scene right now he is actually on fire, I would definitely say he is the favorite. But ImBaTosS, he is a very considerably strong Protoss player, so he has definitely the chance of winning at least one of the maps here in this best of 5 series. So I'm really excited what he actually chooses to go for on this very map.
Absolutely. And by the way, for everyone who's watching right now, we have about 20 viewers. So, you know, thank you for watching. You know, I'm Sway, with me here is Gentle Giant. And right now, while waiting for any action to happen, you know, who is your favorite player for this, you know, finals? You know, type it in the chat, get some nice chat action going. Also, if you like what you're seeing, do follow us on Twitch. And without taking too much of time, Gentle, please tell us what is going on in the game.
Yeah, actually, that one zealot here trying to be a little bit annoying, trying to see what his opponent is actually going for. Seeing, okay, not that many Zerglings are actually in production. I do see a lot of drones, so therefore I can be comfortable to get my expansion up. Gonna try and go even more of my gases, and yeah, we'll go for the kind of attack I was supposed to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna say he has quite a few links out, about 6. I mean, it's 4 is the standard for scouting. Sometimes you get 2 to be greedy. He has 6 out, so you can kill those cells if he wants to. But right now, I would actually expect him to get the third hash quite quickly. But no, he actually getting double Evo once again, but no Rotorn. I would love to see go really hardcore speed links.
That
Plus
might
one,
be
plus
the
one.
decision of yeah, the choice here um, for Starbuck. The kind of play style this which it developed there as well from Linux, I believe it was, going for the Link style with their upgrades. And there we go. The melee upgrade is on the way, as well as the armor upgrade eventually.
Absolutely, and this is a really strong style. I've tried it myself quite a few times, and it's so potent. Like, sorry for that. You can shut down so many different play styles with this. Sure, like some different kinds of robo styles can really shut you down. +1 cells are really annoying as well, so we do see the +1 for the ground arm here for ImBaTosS, but still, the links here with +1/+1 will be able to rip through that when they have +1/+1 themselves. And also, we do see the third being built here, so he's going to be really safe with this kind of style thing.
Yeah, absolutely. He will just deny that third base from coming up very early on, and ImBaTosS, of course, cannot move out here. Yeah, too early. Of course, he has the possibility to make the recall with that mothership core, but doesn't want to take any risk.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see it. Like these links are just made for denying ImBaTosS from moving out and just light scouting. Really, they're just made for so to make sure that ImBaTosS doesn't just move out because he has only 4 Zerglings. So this is a really good move, I feel. And we do see quite a few drones coming in here to the third. He's going to saturate really quickly, but here we go. ImBaTosS is moving out. He's going to try to hit the +1 timing, and he's going to have quite a few force fields. But remember though that without the pylon, he can't really reinforce it that well. And also because if Starbuck sees this, he can actually get many more links, and he's getting 20 links right now. And if his +1/+1 finishes before the attack, I think he's gonna be in a prime situation to actually beat this kind of all-in.
I think ImBaTosS will be retreating here very shortly on, um, having that mothership core here in position. He cannot do that much damage here onto the third base, I would say.
Great fake here, and forcing so many force fields. Go see if he manages. The queen does die though, so no more anti-air. But he gets in. He gets in between all those sentries.
Oh, he needs to recall. Why is he not recalling?
Oh, not in time. It's in. Oh, great force fields though.
Oh wow!
Those amazing force fields, doing quite a lot of damage. But he's only killed 5. Okay, 5 workers. That's actually decent. So 5 workers and killing quite a few links. That was a great move. I mean, those force fields were just spot on, really.
They were really good, but ImBaTosS did lose a lot of sentries, and they were actually really important for the follow-up attack he's going for. Dark Shrine as well as Blinkstalker is now on the way, so he will definitely go for that really strong push. And here we go, DT's warped in here by the Swap Prism here in the main base. Starbuck has no detection here whatsoever.
Yeah, he's morphing right away, and obviously I would actually want him to morph those banelings and try to detonate right on top of those DTs, but doesn't have any banelings. He cannot keep these from doing damage, and that means this hatchery will go down. But still, he has his light in the natural. It's not over yet. That was just a big setback for Starbuck. He just needs to rebuild that as soon as possible. ImBaTosS, though, having 1.2k minerals, he needs to spend this or something.
But I mean, that was really nice move by ImBaTosS, and also rescuing all of these DTs, not losing one of them, so he can use them later on for harass, but also for the Archons. And I believe ImBaTosS going for Blinkstalkers might have been not the very best choice. he should have maybe gone for Zealot Lags and maybe some Immortals instead. But let's see how this gonna advance. Starbuck, of course, here now with the Blink Stalkers, trying to rescue them as much as possible, and Zerglings not getting this round they wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. These Lings right now running around the map, making sure they see everything's going on. These DTs, though, you can't really kill them without seeing them. And I mean, we do see ImBaTosS pushing out once again, and this is a much more potent push than last time. So I think we're going to have to see a ton of Banelings being morphed here. While the Banelings... I hear some sound. No, we actually only see Overseer. No Banelings! And that's a big mistake. We need those Banelings right now, and Starbuck is not even morphing them yet. Now we do see some Banelings going on here, but he doesn't really have the minerals for this, and this is a terrible position to be in.
ImBaTosS might be taking down the third base here yet again. Two Spinecrawlers trying to do as much damage as possible, also buying himself time to get even more Banelings. Here we go. But they have to connect onto the Zealots, they have to connect onto the army here of ImBaTosS. Nice Blink Stalker micro to deny this damage actually being taken.
Absolutely, I mean, great micro from ImBaTosS, and he will absolutely kill this stud, no question about it. We do see quite a few roaches and Lings coming out, but still, that's not going to be enough. I mean, I would be amazed if Starbuck actually survives this game, because this is a ton of Stalkers, it's a ton of cells, and it's +2 against +1/+1. That means that actually he will be able to 2-hit Lings. He can kill Lings with 2 blows from those cells, but ImBaTosS is actually moving back right now. I'm not really sure why. I think he could go for the throat here right away, but no, he's going to use the Warp Prism instead, and we're going to see if he actually chooses to get for DTs again.
Wow, this is the kind of play yeah, this is something really special we've seen from ImBaTosS. He went to 3 stages of aggression right here. Not only going for the kind of Zealot sentry push, going for... No, even 4 steps, going for the DTs, then going for the Blink Stalkers and the Warp Prism aggression, and now it's even the Colossi that will be joining the fray, and with the +3 attack, it's such a potent army here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this army looks really scary. I mean, as you said, with only 2 bases, Starbuck doesn't really have any kind of production. He can't really make stuff right now. He's just trying to make the infestation pit, and he's hoping to get that big Baneling landmine. But ImBaTosS has an observer. We're gonna see if he manages to outrun his observer. In that case, Starbuck might even be able to kill most of the army here. But if the observer sees this, then that would be really awful for ImBaTosS.
Yeah, there's only one single Colossi, but doing enough damage against any Zerglings that might be running by... Oh, actually we do see burrowed Banelings. Will they be actually able to pop out here?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually he unburrows them, he makes sure that he gets even more of them. And we don't see any Baneling speed, do we? No, I don't think he has Baneling speed yet, so that's going to be really annoying. We do see some more harassment by the Warp Prism as well. But right now, I mean, ImBaTosS is going for that expansion, but that one Zergling bird is helping so much right now. But as we said, Starbuck 2 bases against 2 bases crows with Colossi. This is not a good sign.
No, absolutely not. And ImBaTosS, he wanted to take the 3rd base, but it's got denied by his little Zergling there. And again, this base has been taken down, and only Starbuck now on 1 base currently. Going for the Hive Tech though, to get some Vipers, it seems.
The 2 base Viper at 1730. Well, it's not your standard build though. Like, you won't find this one on Team Liquid, I believe.
No, definitely not. And yes, therefore ImBaTosS in a fantastic position, placing that cannon just to get rid of the Zergling, taking the 3rd base just behind, making really sure to have everything set up. But as you were mentioning before, I think ImBaTosS could have gone for it much earlier.
Absolutely. But we do see though ImBaTosS having 3 Colossi. The only way I really see this working is that if the observer isn't with the army, which it is, like if the army right now just keeps running, outrun the observers somehow, and then just steps on the big Baneling landmine, that would be it.
Yeah.
The chance of that happening isn't that big, right?
Absolutely. And the Warp Prism, oh, it's actually floating into the Spore Crawler. Has to be really careful. And yes, maybe we do see the Burrow Baneling somehow connecting into the army here. Where's the observer? Oh my god.
The observer. Well, he doesn't burrow anymore though, so the observer isn't really needed though. So we're gonna see here what he's doing because he managed to snipe those Vipers and the Banes trying to get in here. If the Banes connect though, they'll be awesome for it, but no, they actually connect with the Archons. Almost no Banes actually connecting well. He's managing to kill quite a few units, but this is not going to be enough. Those Colossi actually killing off everything. He's not even going to be able to kill that one Colossi, and they'll go GG from Starbuck. It's 1-1 right now.